And good afternoon, traders. This is another edition of Awesome Calls Trading, a trade review. I want to welcome everyone to the room. Thank you so much for joining us. Today was just, I'll tell you something. When I wake up, and we are live currently too, so if you see me interrupt or have to stop, that's because the traders in here get priority while I'm doing a session. So I have to help them. So in case you hear me do that. Anyway, I woke up this morning and it was Christmas. Okay. I cannot tell you how excited I get when I wake up and the Dow's down 3, 4, 500 points. And when 3M came out with their earnings and CAT came out with theirs, the market just went. It was literally like a Christmas tree with the lights blinking. And with me, I really encourage everyone to come in those days and trade. Other rooms, they're because of lack of being able to um, trade in this kind of environment, lack of experience, lack of ability. Um, One-sided traders that just like to trade small cap, short it, or pump it. It's very hard for them to trade in an environment like this. And here, what sets us apart from all the other chat rooms is the ability to trade everything, from ETFs to gold to big stop, small cap, low cap. We trade options, ETFs. We do it all in here, and it's so much fun. The talent of moderators, we have 12 of them in here, 6 in our option room and 6 in the equity room. This is the equity side of it. So I want to show you how I started my day today. Okay. Um, I have to say one thing before I begin. As I go through each one, there's a phrase out there: when the market's pulling, there's blood in the water. In my world, I see nothing but green. And it has taken me so many years to get to this juncture in my life as a trader that I literally get so excited when I come to work and I see the Dow down. And so with that being said, let's take you through a few trades we did. Okay. The first one we did, let's talk about the Tesla trade first on the Citron um, um, tweet today. And then Mox followed it. So in the room, the stock was just trading. It popped at the open, came back down, and then out of nowhere, Tesla decided to, Citron, Andrew Left, decided to make a call that he wanted to go long the stock. And I believe he's looking for 300. Shortly after, Mox reports, which is another short seller. And what makes these trades really nice is these two individuals, they're short sellers. They're mostly come in and love to short a stock. Well, their view today was, hey, we're going to go long the stock, possibly take it to 300. And so when the alert came in around the 270 area, we suggested in the room to go long and strong. And at least I know that a comment I made was you should get about 3 to 4 points or more on the stock. Well, clearly you can see the stock has pure momentum. Shorts are getting squeezed. And from the 270 alert, basically a 21-point trade. So far. And I've been scalping since I got back in the room myself. And of course, I left a lot of money on the table because I usually scalp for 50 cents to a buck. I started down here, and it's already up to $2.50 since my starting. So, but I'm not in any trades at the moment. I am publicly letting you know I am trying to get NEO down to. I have an order in at 625 and another one at 585. So all you chat rooms that are listening that want to copy my trade, I'm telling you straight up, that's what I'm going to be doing. I want to be building a long position in that. And okay, so getting back to Tesla. So that was one of our nice alerts in the room, and Tesla. I do want to go over yesterday's play that was given in the room. It was called SCG. And I want to kind of just tell you this real quickly, why I love this trade today. The great B trades in the room. He's got a massive scan that he's been trading for over 7 years, been in all the chat rooms, and this gentleman is just incredible on scans. It's a gift to have him in here, and so he immediately caught on scan this SCG pull-in yesterday, and so what we did On this particular one, it was our last trade before I checked out yesterday. It was such a fun trade, and it pulled and pulled and pulled, and there was basically a judge that was, swaying back and forth whether or not he wanted to go in favor of some judgment or not in favor. It was really not. He was indecisive, and so what created was an overreaction of the stock. And so what I did is I watched the stock, I charted it, and I basically told everyone I would be going long at 35. So I don't know if you saw my tweets live on Twitter, but we were trying to do 35 on the downside and then add room to 34 so you'd have a 34. I felt very strong. It was an overreaction and that the stock would rebound to 36, 37 into close. Well, as you can see, if you had bought into 35 in our room, you actually ran all the way through 36, and then we got a halt. And what's interesting about halts in Awesome Calls trading is the ability to really master the ability to understand the halt and how it will trade out. And before I unhalted, I told the traders, the stock will open up at 37.60. It will pop a little bit and then come all the way back down. Your job is to sell in the pop as soon as it hits. Okay? So I want you to watch the halt. You see how it halted? When it unhalted, here's 37.60. You see? Now it actually unhalted at 37.68. So I missed it by 8 cents. Now you have to understand, I am predicting the movement of the stock before it's even unhalted. And then I tell the traders in the room, sell into that, watch for the pullback, and then it'll kind of come down, and then you can buy again on the dip. And like clockwork, it did at 37.60, sell into it, 2.5 point trade, dump it, rebuy it, and today the stock is right back to where it was. Just an incredible guidance trade. All right. As you can see, the market is starting to get down to 175 on the Dow. It was originally 520, and it's creating a massive push up from Baba, Baidu, and Netflix. But let me show you how we opened up the room. I think it would be kind of fun for you to see. Let's start with Netflix. Oh boy, I was all over this trade this morning, and I was excited. I was just gleaming with a smile on my face. And this morning it started to pull. It gapped down, as you can see clearly. It gapped down considerable. And you have to understand, Netflix goes the way of the market, but there's also a bottom on Netflix, in my opinion. And if you understand this stock like I have and we have in this room, 315 to 320 are all buying opportunities, and you have to buy it. We have price targets of 450 to 410 on this stock all across the board. So buying down here on a market pullback is a Christmas gift, and I think I noted that. So the stock hit 317 and under. I immediately, my first trade out of the gate before the market opened, I pre-market ordered $317.65. I also alerted the chat room in writing I was long 317.65. The market opened, and as you can see, I benefited from it very tremendously. And I sold right here at $323.76 for a total of 6 points. Now, multiply that by 250, 300, 350, $400 a share, and you can see how my morning started. Okay, then it pulled back again, and clearly you could see there was a double bottom in the bottom at 317 again. So if you went long, it broke out the flag, market started rebounding, and the stock has now hit high of the day of $335 a share. So depending on when you played it, how you played it, massive opportunity to get 1, 2, 3. And in Awesome Calls trading, we're all about points. We are all about massive points and buying, really scoring. 50 cents is our minimum on every trade we take. And then clearly, if you bought at 317, you just made 17 points holding it all day. And that's why you'll see traders comment like Pete B just did on Twitter. His comment exactly was, I'll read it to you. AJ Awesome Calls is an AJ motherfucking trader. Today he bought Netflix and just chilled all day, and I think he bought 200 shares, and so you can imagine at 250 shares, 200 shares, 15-point trade, he's up $3,000 for the day, and that's what we do in here. This is our room. This is the beauty of being in the greatest chat room in the world, the ability to capitalize when the market's pulling, and I would not be surprised if we see green in the markets. All right, so that was another trade. So Tesla, Netflix. Let's take another look here. I want you to look at this stock called LOGI. LOGI is, now I want you to really kind of understand this stock. LOGI actually reinstated their figures and had good numbers on their earnings. The problem was the market was down 450 points because of CAT and MM and triple and 3M. So I told the traders 35 area is the buying opportunity, and the stock will rebound back to 37 before the end of the day. Initially, we played the stock on a quick play. It pulled down, and I was screaming out live on the mic, start picking it up below 36. The stock will rebound. Stock ran all the way up to 36.60 and then came down again. So if you bought in the 35s and added on the way down, and again, it's all about scaling in. The stock was not going to go under 35. They had good earnings. It was simply the market point. It's like a Netflix type of trade. And so what I did is I suggested everyone go on the stock 35-ish, 35.50, add on dips, and watch the rebound. So this stock is still in play, and I still think we get $37 on it. I do love the trade. I like the stock. Okay, so that was LOGI. Now I want you to look at another amazing call this morning, BTI. And as you can see, these stocks were written down way before the market even opened. They're right here. We do like an analyst comes out and does like a write-up on why he thinks the stock will go up and down, what he thinks the valuation is. Awesomecalls trading every morning. AJ gets up and he does this written report, a written thesis report on each stock item before the market opens. And on top of that, 5 to 10 minutes before the bell rings, we go over each play so we can identify exactly the pinpoints to go long or to go short the stock. And as you go through, you can see there's Netflix. There's, you're going to love the TLRY play. Here's EDU, here's BTI. So now BTI, we simply said in the notes that BTI was a short at $46 a share. If you can read right here, it was really very clear that it was a short, and we were looking for about a 2-point trade. And the reason why I liked it was because Philip Morris was trying to do something in Japan where they can use a cheaper tobacco. And so to obviously make more money and profits. Well, BTI was getting compensated on that, and that's why it was gapping up. But I've been trading for 15 years. I know this stock, and the gaps get filled. So what I told the traders in the morning, all the clients, was to start short pre-market at 45.50 and room to 46 at the open. I did not think the stock would go over 46. And I was very adamant, and I said, once you get in there, take your size and take it down to 44. My goal was to try to get to 44 on it and fill the gap, but clearly, as you can see, it hit down all the way to 44.80. It was a wonderful trade in the room, enough to score 50 cents to $1 on the trade. I was very much correct on this trade, and I'm very, very, very proud of this trade. Next call that we did in the room was kind of TRY. I want you to look at this. When the market pulls down huge, sometimes the wheat stocks they tend to find some sort of ground, and I love trading stocks like TLRY, CGC when the market's down 500-600 points, because it seems like money goes out on those stocks and then money comes in on the wheat stocks. And this was just a massive payday today. And my thoughts this morning were, and I have to be honest, I missed it by $1. I did, and I apologize for that because I'm usually pretty right on the dime on these wheat stocks, but I missed it by $1. And I was so busy in Netflix having a wonderful time I missed the bounce. And I was very clear on my notes, as you can clearly see. I said if the stock pulls at $100 in the morning, go long, you will get 10 points minimum if you just get in there. And I want you to take a look at the stock. All right, and here we go. Ding, 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 ding. See the gap down? I figured it would pull at the open. It pulled at the open. I missed it by $1. And within literally, and you could time it. It's right here. Look at the time. Within 20 minutes, the stock had run 15 points. 100 shares is $1,500 with 10,000 buying power. I want you to say that very clear to yourself watching this video. 100 shares is 10,000 buying power. If you wrote it up 10 points, just like I wrote down, you would have made $1,000 in this chat room if you had picked this trade. All it takes is one trade to pick. This was item, I think, number 8 of 12 or 14 today. But I have a lot of weed traders in here that love to trade the weed stocks. And at the same time, I did throw out, if TLRY is popping, CGC and Cron would pop. So, and they both did as well, 36 to 39. But I love TLRY. I get more range. And that's why I went after it. And you could see the stock is now up here. Going to take out probably 122 before the end of the day. I've scalped this one, I think, 2 times already since I got back in the room. So just a beautiful, beautiful trade. I'm blown by it. Next one that we did, I want to share with you is a stock called, where is it? LOGI. Oh, TRPX. Now this, traders, this was a joke. Now, I have a lot of short sellers in here. Traders with big money. I'm talking, their accounts are pretty large, and they've been here a long, long time. And the reason why they stay in here is every morning, I know some of you that are listening to this have these small cap chat rooms that get you 50 cents and scalp 8 cents with 100,000 shares, 80,000 shares. And if they're wrong, they lose 30, 40 grand. And if they're right, they make 20, 30 grand. And then everyone's trying to hit the home run. In Awesomecalls trading, we just take the stock, we tell you where it's going to go. It's up to you to how much size. And we stay with the stock all day until it hits our goal. And TRPX was that trade for today. And I had over, I think, 78 stocks on my list, and I narrowed it down, and this was the one that made the list. And as a matter of fact, I believe it made the #1 pick in the room, if I'm correct. Yes, it did. And the first thing I did as a trader was laugh at the stock. I just laughed at the news. I laughed at it. And I'll read it to you what I saw on my scan and why it was up. Okay, so if you want to look, I go to my scan and I'm going to pull it right here. Okay, TRPX. And I just read this right here this morning. And they did this big hoopla, okay? Now, a couple of things that stood out was it says TBRX to be acquired by a FDS pharmaceutical deal, the signing of binder letter of intent. Now, in our world, letter of intent means like I went to a restaurant and I wrote down my thoughts, okay? And then I forgot the napkin, when I left. Sorry, just got excited. And so what that means to us is it's worthless. Okay, letter of intent doesn't mean anything to us. And then on top of it, they were saying they wanted to do something about that they really wanted to get involved in the medical cannabis industry on research and development. Okay, hey, I want to research how coffee is made. Okay, I want to research how I make a pencil. That's why I watch how it's made on cable. It means absolutely garbage. Doesn't mean they found a cure for somebody. Doesn't mean they found a cure for medicine. So why is the stock up? You know why it's up? Because everyone likes to chase news. Awesomecalls trading does not chase news. Awesomecalls trading looks at it, laughs at it, and tells everyone in the room, go ahead and just drop that like a hammer to $5 and under. And that's what we talked. I said we go right back down to 5 and under. Now, like I said, when you're in another room, they're going over, they're screaming out to you on a trade like this. You see the VWAP, you see how it mixed the EMA and didn't touch it. Okay, stop with your lines. Stop. You don't need lines in a trade like this. Okay? You don't need to watch every little ticker. And that's what all these rooms do. They watch every ticker. And then they size in 100,000 shares on every penny. Okay, that's not trading. It's not trading. Wouldn't it be nice just to go in a couple thousand shares and then hit the target at 5 and under? There's 5 and under. And you started at around $8 a share up here in pre-market. When the market opened, right here, you started around 7. Took 2,000 shares, got to 5 and under. You didn't have to look at it. If you wanted to get paid in 20 minutes, you could have, in actually 5 minutes of work, you could have gotten to 7 at 2,000 shares, pulled it to 560, and went back to bed for $3,500 paycheck. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. All right, and that's exactly what a lot of traders did in our room. They didn't come in here for the Netflixes. They didn't come in here for the cats or the Baidus. They just said, AJ, find me a trade to make me $4,000 so I can go back to bed. And that's exactly what we did. And this was the trade. An overreaction came all the way back down to 5 and under. And that's what we do. And you can see it hit 495. And the first thing in the notes in pre-market was stupid, stupid, stupid. Okay, whenever I write that, that's just an automatic short. Okay, so, and I don't write it down on a napkin. I just threw that in. Okay, and the next trades, let's throw these in because I think you'd be really excited, was Baidu and Baba. I love trading these stocks. These are like my favorites because they become so easy to recognize what they're going to do before the market opens. So I want you to kind of walk with me on this one. I want you to kind of to watch what I do here. All right, so Baidu and Baba. So AJ, yeah, I got it. Somebody just message here. Yeah, Larry, you're teaching other chat rooms how to trade. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, you got to learn somewhere, right? So, but thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. So what I did on here is the stocks were gapping down because the market yanked, right? Now Alibaba and Baidu, I mean, look at the yank. 196 to 190. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then pre-market was down here. Okay, so that's a long out of the gate. That's the first thing you got to understand. You got to go long out of the gate and gap fill at least a couple of points. Then let it collapse, just like Netflix, and then go long again. Okay? And so that's what I'm looking for. All right, so my call this morning on both Baba and Baidu were, and you can clearly see them right here. All right, I'll show them to you right here. They were items Baidu. So what I wrote was the stock would probably pop 3 to 4 points at the open and then shred it back down. And then once it pulls down, then go long again. And these were the notes. And I'll show them to you. Okay. So basically what I said, go long on the pullback, pop it 2 to 3 points. It hit 192, 191 right here, and then pulled back down. I wanted 187 area, and it got 187.88, and then it went long. Alibaba, I wanted, I believe, 140. I wanted the 140. It's really one on the pullback, but as you can see, you had a double bottom, actually a pretty wall light in the sand at 142.50, and that was your long spot. And once it broke out the flag, it went all the way back up to 147. Initially, I wanted the stock to launch out of the gate a few points and then come down. These were beautiful trades, beautiful setups, quick money, and I really loved them. I really loved them. You see how TLRY as I'm talking to you? Even if you took the trade, see that? See, I told you it was going to go to 122. Probably stopped there. And when I started the webinar, I said here's at 120. The stock has room to 122. So that's a 2-point trade. This is a live trade that people in the room will take while I'm just talking to you. Where your room is kind of like, I can't find anything. I can't find anything. Oh my gosh. And here, this is nothing. This is like, and can you find me another trade? Okay, I want to go over one more trade, if it's okay with all of you. I think I'm going to pick either CAT or EDU. A lot of traders made money on EDU today. And CAT, I wanted it to go to 120. Yeah. I'm going to give you CAT. I want you to look at this amazing call on CAT. And also, you know what? I'll throw in CAT, and I'll throw in EDU before I close out. And I want you to look at both of these calls. These are fun trades to do today. Okay? And what I did was on EDU, this had terrible earnings. And CAT had lower guidance. Now, in the world of CAT, all right, especially what's going on, that will get hurt. But before it gets hurt, I made it very clear that the stock would probably pop at the open to 120 and then give back and probably go down to 115. As you can clearly see, here's the 120 pop. So if you went long or you were waiting for your short, you went 118, you added at 120, 119 average, and it came down to 115. Then the conference call came and it popped right back up, which is what they're supposed to do. Then EDU, I had this one going to 56 on the pullback at the open because I wanted traders to short the crap out of the stock. And so what I did is I called for a pop at open to 56 and then a short to, I was trying to get to 50. So I want you to kind of look how that worked out. Pop it open. Here's the pop it open. I missed it by about 20 cents. And then I called for a short to 50 and it hit 51.77. Beautiful trade, well executed, and just absolutely stunning. And so these two trades paid very well. So overall, it was just an amazing opportunity for everyone in Awesome Calls Trading to make money. And I hope you enjoyed today's show. We'll be back tomorrow and do this all over again. I think we traded probably over 275 points today, total in the room. And that's just on the equity side. We haven't even touched the option side of the room. And I know they just tore it up over there. So thank you for joining us. I will see you tomorrow. Again, if you sign up, it's $25 for a day, $100 for a week. And we do refund that money if you sign up for a month. And we look forward to training with you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you for being a part of the recording. And congratulations if you took the trade on TLRY. As you can see, I told the chat room right before I started I told all of you the stock would hit 122, and there you go, 121.90. There you go. You got to witness a 2-point trade while doing a webinar. Thank you. See you tomorrow.